It's the Hopefulist Activated. Welcome to the Hopefulist with me, Wendy McClure. This is where we turn those nasty, negative thoughts into positive and work toward a happy, fulfilled life. Now, let's get started. Thank you for joining me on another edition of Hopefulist Activated, where I talk about what is happening in the country and anything you may have missed in the news this week and what we can do to help change what is happening that we don't agree with. Now, I wanted to start by saying that when you see something going on that you don't like, it is a duty to stand up against it. I know that not everyone wants to get involved, and I agree that it is much easier to just not get involved. And trust me when I say this whole situation is taking a toll on my mental health, but I'm not the type of person who can sit by and watch our freedom stolen from us. I will do whatever I can to change the things that I cannot accept. And since this America is one I don't even recognize, I feel it is my duty to do whatever I can to change it. And although I don't expect everyone to do what I'm doing, which is constantly bringing attention to the atrocities taking place, trying to keep everyone informed of what is really happening, and going to marches and working for organizations that will help to make things right, I do hope that my efforts are at least appreciated, because I am fighting for everyone. I'm fighting for the lives of women. I'm fighting for their rightful place in this country, which is equal to men. And just know this. If women are being forced to give birth, that will absolutely derail her life for the time of that pregnancy and beyond if they keep the child. That means that high school girls may not be able to finish school or have to drop out of sports. That could have meant a scholarship to college. That means that it could stop their climb up the corporate ladder for a few months while she's forced to give birth and then recover from it. And that's only if there isn't complications. It's not uncommon for women to be put on bed rest for the last month or even more of their pregnancies. What do you think that will do to their career? I'm also worried about gay marriage and the access to contraception being banned. Apparently, they are tying birth control to abortion now. Yes, that's right. Now trying to prevent a pregnancy is being lumped into the same category as abortion. Boggle your mind, boggles my mind. 195 Republicans voted against a measure that would protect access to contraception on a federal level. The bill passed, but I can't get over how 195 Republicans voted against it. Which leads me to believe what I've said all along, is that women are still not supposed to have sex in 2022. That if we dare to have sex, then we must suffer the consequences and be forced to give birth. And it's funny how none of these consequences affect males. Which leads me to an article I found this week about how the Pentagon spends millions of dollars each year supplying their veterans and their families Viagra for free. It's costing us taxpayers millions of dollars every year to help men get their sexual satisfaction, but women are still not supposed to have it at all. Do you see the absurdity here? If they are going after restricting contraception, which is next on the chopping block, then I will be going on a quest to get erectile dysfunction drugs restricted as well. It makes more sense to me to restrict those types of drugs because if it will avoid unwanted pregnancies, right? It's going to avoid unwanted pregnancies. And as I hear about God when it comes to abortion all the time, if it's God's will that you can't perform, who are we to override that? I mean, really, think about this. They are trying to ban contraception for women that will avoid unwanted pregnancies that they are going to force us to have. But we aren't even talking about a drug that gives the man an ability to continue impregnating women. Can you see how hypocritical this is? Can you see how it's much more about power and controlling women? So what lunacy has happened in the country this week? Well, first and foremost, women who are using period tracking apps should stop right now. Even the White House has advised this. This is a way to keep track of you and your cycles, and they will be watching to see if you have skipped a period. So get yourself a tiny little calendar and keep track of it the old-fashioned way. I used to just circle the day that I was due. I would not give them any ammunition to track me in any way, shape, or form. An article came out recently in Vanity Fair with the title, Pro-Life Idaho Republicans Declare Women Should Be Left to Die to Save Fetuses. The party voted against adopting an amendment that would have added an exception to its official policy on abortion for cases to save the life of the mother. So they don't care about the life of the mother. They're saying it. They're saying it. This amendment would have added that exception that an abortion will be allowed in the case that the mother's life is in danger. And all of the Republicans voted against that amendment. A bill was written in North Carolina that made headlines this week that makes abortion punishable by death. That goes for the person seeking an abortion and the doctor and nurses who help perform it. Now, it's not likely to make it to the ballot, but this is the mentality of what we are working against here. In South Carolina, there's a bill that will outlaw websites that inform you on how you can get an abortion. So now we can't even read about it. Maybe they should consider banning websites that tell you how to get away with murder or how to make a bomb or how to build a gun in your basement. Hulu, the streaming service, which is owned by Disney, by the way, has chosen not to show ads submitted by the Democratic Party for their candidates that talk about gun control and abortion. They're not even giving them a chance. Just nope, we're not gonna play those ads. In some good news, Pennsylvania's governor has filed a lawsuit against the Republican General Assembly for their unconstitutional attempt to ban abortion in the state. Let me remind you that they passed a measure to put a constitutional amendment on the ballot so it can't be vetoed by the governor. And they did this at 11:30 at night before their constituents could actually be aware of what was happening. They attached it to a bill that was already up for a vote. They just attached it. And at the time, Democratic representatives said, this is wrong. This is not the time to talk about this. So I will end on the good news for this week. We will see where that lawsuit goes. I will keep you posted. It is a very scary time in our country right now, and there is so much more to come in October when this rogue Supreme Court goes back into session. Oh, there is actually good news. I almost forgot. A petition was delivered to the Supreme Court yesterday with over 1.2 million signatures, including my own, to impeach Justice Clarence Thomas for his conflicts of interest in many of the cases in front of him. I will keep you posted on what is happening with that. So until next week, please stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay strong. We can make a difference. We must make a difference. Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist. Now, don't you feel good? Make sure you come back next week. See you then.